light, red, light, red. Hey guys, Aishah here, and I haven't done a video like this in a while, a long while. But let's get started because I have less than an hour before I have to leave. And what I'm talking about is a foundation review or makeup review, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, and what I'm talking about is this new NYX Blur foundation. Let me zoom in, I guess. I was talking about this new NYX Blur foundation. I attempted to get it from Ulta, but it was all sold out except for like a couple of the lightest colors. And like one of the darkest shades was still in the store. So I ended up having to order it, which is why I had to push this video back like a whole week. So I ordered it and I got 3 of the shades. I got Warm Caramel, Nutmeg, and Deep Bronze. And they all look very similar, like from the packaging. So I got 3 just to be safe, because I went to this store and like 2 of them seemed like they were kind of my shade, but I wasn't quite sure. And then online, the 3rd one looked like it was more so my shade based on the model and the swatches online. But I couldn't even swatch all of them in the store because like even some of them the samples were missing too, so I couldn't even swatch all of them. But anyway, I got 3 just to see. And this is supposed to be like a light to medium foundation, which is different for me because I typically like a full coverage. So this is supposed to be medium coverage. I'm not sure if I should use a brush or my beauty blender, because the beauty blender, as we all know, kind of takes away a lot of the foundation to make it blend in more, I guess. And the foundation brush, you know, leaves a good bit on, more on than the beauty blender. So this one is Nutmeg. And that looks a little too light. This one is Warm Caramel. That's lighter than the Nutmeg. And this one is Deep Bronze. Now I can tell that's too dark. Maybe not. Just Deep Bronze. Deep Bronze might work. But yeah, it's supposed to be a matte blurred finish. I've already done my moisturizer and everything, and I used this I Heart Revolution mattifying primer. That's what I've been using lately, so I just went ahead and put that on. It's okay, it's okay. Let's go ahead and try Nutmeg and see. What do you think? Too dark, too light? It looks pretty good actually compared to my neck. It's actually not bad. It covered up all the hyperpigmentation. I try Deep Bronze over here just to see. Let me get another brush. I'll do that. As you can tell, I have a thing for ick brushes. That Deep Bronze just looked too red. But let's try it. Yeah, that's red. I think either one of them would work, honestly. I think they'd be really good mixed together though, honestly. I thought I had foundation on my sweater. I was about to freak out. It's just water. So, I think they would be really good mixed together because this seems like a little bit ashy, a little bit too light, and this seems too red. Like, no doubt about it, that's too red. Light, red, light, red. Based on my neck and my chest. I'm gonna go with the nutmeg. I don't know what's gonna happen if I put like, will it cover it? I think it covered it pretty nicely. I remember when I was younger and I used to watch my mom put on makeup, she used to put it like on her neck and stuff so it could blend, but that was like how, you know, the trend back then, was put it on your neck so it all blend together. I can't do that though because I would freak out if I get makeup on my clothes. I do not like that. And I wear a lot of collared shirts and stuff, and no way. That's actually really nice. It looks more so like a full coverage foundation than a medium for me, just because I know I have hyperpigmentation on my face from acne and stuff and just my skin. But it covered all of that, and this is only supposed to be medium coverage. Like, not even looking at the part where I put foundation on top of the other, but it did cover that foundation as well really nicely without it looking weird or anything. And I didn't use a lot of it. I only used like one little spurt. But yeah, it's really nice. It has a really good finish, and it doesn't feel dry or anything. Should I set it? I would normally set my foundation with powder. Use the Makeup Revolution, banana powder. Makeup Revolution banana powder. It does tend, let me just put it in this cap. It kind of tends to change the color of my foundation just for a little while until, you know, the oils in my stuff and my face start to like break through, and then my foundation goes back to normal within the hour. But when I first put it on, the foundation may look lighter than what it is now. Alright, so I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Pac-Man brush because it's super cute and I love it so much. So, a little tappity tap tap. Just going to lightly I personally don't like to set the concealer under my eyes just because it causes a lot of creasing and stuff. I really should have used my IT Cosmetic concealer. Is it IT? I don't think it's IT. My Tarte. I should use my Tarte concealer, but I just grabbed this. Alright, so this is the foundations, the basic face. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face. So I got like 40 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and I'll be back after I'm done. But pretty good, pretty good. It looks really good. It looks a lot better than I thought it would. I don't know, I thought it would look super sheer. But it looks really good. So, okay. I'll be back. Alright, so this is the finished look for now. I didn't feel like putting on any lashes. It's just a very basic outing today. I'm actually going to chaperone a field trip for my daughter. So, nothing, you know, fancy. Anyway, I'm going to go do that and I'll be back and show you what the makeup looks like afterwards. So far, it's really, really nice and I actually really like it. It looks really good. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be back. Show you what it looks like afterwards, how it holds up. Bye. Alright, I am back, and it has been about 7 hours now, maybe a little more, a little longer. So yeah, I am back. But I also have a mini story time about my day today. Unfortunately, it's not a positive story time. Sorry to say. Because I did go on a field trip with my daughter. So it should have been all happy and smiles and just a fun time. But towards the end, it was not. The field trip was at the Mighty Eighth Museum. The actual tour and everything, tour guide, he was really good, very informative, blah blah. Anyway, let's start when I first got to the museum. So when I first got to the museum, I go to the counter. I actually met up with the teacher there, and she's like, hey, you have to go to the counter, pay for the trip, whatever. So I go to the counter to pay. The guy seemed very pleasant. I go and I hand him my credit card to pay. So when he's talking to me, telling me, he's like, oh, are you with the school? Or I was like, yeah, I'm with the school. It was a discounted price if you were with the school. It was like more than half off. So he's like, oh, it's only $5. You're at the school. I was like, okay, cool. So I give him my credit card to pay. And he's talking to me. He was like, oh, they're around here somewhere. I was like, oh, it's fine. Teacher already told me where they were. I'll get to them after this. I didn't say that to him, but in my head I was like, okay. He was just telling me, he's like, oh, they're around here somewhere. You can just walk around and look for them if you need to. I was like, okay, cool. He gives me my credit card back. He puts it on the counter. I have my hand out to accept my credit card because I gave him my credit card in his hand. So naturally, I have my hand out to get my credit card back. He puts it on the counter on top of the receipt and slides it towards me. I try to ignore this and not think much of it. Unfortunately, as a person of color, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, that they've been through this bullshit before. And when I see it happen to other people too, more often than not, we try to ignore it and just, whatever, people are weird. But at the same time, I notice that shit, and I try to just, not let it ruin my day. Because at that point, I wanted to get a refund and leave, but it's like, no. Positive. So I tried to ignore it, but my face did say, I see what you just did. Like, I picked up what you just did. So anyway, I go and meet with my daughter. I'm with the tour. We're touring. It's fine, whatever. Anyway, after lunch, she decided she wanted to go into the gift shop, which was right next to where they were eating lunch. So she finished eating. We go into the gift shop, looking around. She picked up like 3 items she wanted to get. She got 3 things. She got this airplane necklace, these earrings, and she also got a mood ring, which she is actually wearing. She got 3 things. She got a mood ring that she's wearing right now. She's at school. I didn't bring her home with me. She decided she wanted to finish school because they're just doing recess or whatever. So she got those 3 things. And we get in line. While we're in line, she asked me to go look at something for her because she saw a basket on the counter and she thought they were pocket watches. And she wanted one if it was a pocket watch. I go and look. It's not a pocket watch. They're like museum coins with painted pictures on them. I don't know. So I was like, okay. So when I got out of line, somebody got in line ahead of me, whatever. I was with her, but I decided I had a pack of playing cards in my hands that I was gonna buy. So I was in line too. But somebody else, a little boy, got in line when I stepped out. So I was like, I'm not gonna jump in front of this kid. It's fine, whatever. So Ari goes to the counter by herself to pay, and she has more than enough money. She had $34. And her stuff, I didn't hear the exact price of it, but it was less than $34. So she's up at the counter. She has her money out. And she's 11. She's in 5th grade. She's 11. So she's going trying to pay. And of course, she's like a shy little kid, She's trying to... There's like 2 people at the counter. It's 2 women at the counter. So let's get that started. It's 2 women at the counter. There are 2 different registers right next to each other. Not much space in between. The women are like standing right next to each other. These 2 older white women. So Ari's at the counter. And she's trying to pay. She has her money out in her hands. It's all cash. And I didn't hear exactly the price, but I knew she had more than enough because I can see the prices on the items. So I know she had more than enough, even with taxes. So she's up there. She's trying to pay. And I can't hear what Ari's saying. She talks very low. So if you're standing behind her, you probably wouldn't be able to hear what she's saying. But if you're standing in front of her, you can hear what she's saying. But, so she's trying to pay. And all I see is Ari gave this one woman, because both of the women were talking to her at the same time. I don't know why. Because this woman on the right is supposed to be the one that's helping her. But for some reason, this woman on the left decided to insert herself. For what reason, I don't know. Because she was helping somebody else before Ari came up. So that's why the woman on the right was helping her. So Ari gives the lady on the left $4. And the lady on the left decided, I'll just take the 20. This is what she said. She said, I'll just take the 20. And she reached down and snatched the 20 out of Ari's hands. And then slapped the $4 on the counter. Not even slapped. She threw the $4 on the counter because they were scattered on the counter. So I saw that shit. I put the plane. So I saw that. I made eye contact with the lady on the right, and I put the playing cards back, and I said, I don't want anything from here. So I go up and I stand next to Ari. This time I was like, forget the little boy. I went in front and I stood next to Ari. I picked up her $4 off the counter, and I gave it to Ariana. I was like, here, put your money away. So when I got up there, then the lady on the left, her tone changed all of a sudden. Now because mom is here, all of a sudden the tone changes. Now it's, oh, here's your change, and here's your change, darling. The lady next to me, she can give you a card for your mood ring, sweetie. Now the tone changed all of a sudden. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, because that's not how you were before when I was behind this little boy and you didn't see me. Okay. And that's kind of what I was afraid was going to happen. I was hoping wouldn't happen. Because shit like this happens a lot. It really does. Ari doesn't really notice it, doesn't seem like. Because if she did, it would be very obvious. And that's why I didn't raise attention to it right there and then. Because I didn't want her to feel bad about it. Because if I did raise attention to it and reacted, she would have felt bad like she done something wrong. When she did absolutely nothing wrong. So I didn't. I was like, okay. I just decided not to buy anything from them. So we go over further to the left. There's another lady standing there, a little younger than the other two. The other two were like grandma age, like grandparents age. This other woman was like older, like older mother's age. I don't know, like late 50s or something. So this other woman, blonde lady, she's standing there. Not doing anything, not in front of a register or anything, not stocking anything, not helping anybody, just standing there, literally like this. And she's like leaning on the counter. I just dropped a bunch of stuff. She's like leaning on the counter like this and staring, just staring at like the people in the line and the people in the store, not doing anything. So we go over, we just scoot over a little bit. It was just like maybe 2 feet, 2 steps over. And we're like, and Ari said, excuse me. Ari said, excuse me, a lady said that you could give me a card for my mood ring. She didn't hear her, or she didn't respond. She's still standing off staring. So I said, because Ari can speak a little low sometimes, I said, excuse me. Again, no response. I then stepped closer to the counter. I was already at the counter. I was already like right on the counter. I then stepped closer to the counter. I said, excuse me, can we get a card for the mood ring? Why do people try me? I truly don't understand. I think it's because I look younger than what I am. People feel like they can try me. They really do. Like for real. So yeah, I stepped closer to the counter. I said, excuse me, can we get a card for the mood ring? So she doesn't say anything. She just reaches behind, like the mood ring box is like right in front of us. And I want to add too, this lady never looked at us directly. She never spoke to us. She never greeted us, anything. So I know she could see us out of her peripheral vision because we were so close that I could reach over and grab her. Like I said before, I could honestly touch her if I wanted to. So I know she saw us, but she just tried to ignore us. So anyway, I knew exactly what she was doing. I've experienced behavior like this before from people like her before. So yeah, I'm just glad Ari was pretty oblivious to it and it didn't ruin her day, but I noticed. She reaches behind the box. We can't see, like, there must be like a little like pocket or something behind the box attached to it. And it has, you know, the charts for the mood rings. It tells you what each color means. She pulls out 4 and just slaps them on the counter. I say, are you serious? I said it loud enough that she could hear me, but I know none of the other kids. Well, if they were right behind me, they could hear me too. I don't give a shit. I was mad as hell. And she's so glad I did not do what I wanted to do, because what I wanted to do was reach across that counter and grab her by her shirt and pull her over the counter. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that because we were on a field trip. But if we were not on the field trip and it was just us, oh, I wouldn't have put hands on her, I don't think. But I would have thrown these in her face. So, I may have said to you that I really wanted to return all this stuff. But it was Ari's money. She spent it. She bought it. She wanted that stuff. I wasn't going to do that to her. But I really did want to return all that stuff and get a refund, because I did not want to spend money there after that interaction. After those multiple interactions, I did not. So I'm like, I don't understand what the hell is wrong with people. Like, I really don't. I truly don't understand. And I don't want to understand why people are like that. Like, I don't want to hear whatever lame bullshit ass excuse it is, because I already know it's going to be a lame bullshit excuse. Like, oh, it's just a lot going on. There's so many kids all over the place. First of all, there was less than 20 people in the store. There were 2 people at the register. It was not that crazy. I worked as a cashier on Black Friday, Christmas, holidays, all that stuff when I was younger. It's not that hard. It's really not. And if they've been doing it for years, like they look like they've been doing it for years, they should not get overwhelmed by 10 customers in line. So no, that's not the case. And also, the kids in front of Ari, they were handed their change and all, you know. They were treated very nicely, very respectfully. But we were not. So no, I don't want to hear any bullshit lame excuse or any, oh, maybe they're just overwhelmed or it was just a long day. Like, no, they were fine until we got up into the line. Until we were being served. Then it was a problem. But the little boy in front of us who was buying a hat, it was like, oh, sweetie, you have just enough money. But when Ari gets up there, it's, I'll take the 20. So, no, it was very, very different. Like, don't. So, yeah. And it's sad because I was thinking while we were doing the tour, like, oh, maybe I'll come back. We can come back later another day so we could actually look at everything, because it was kind of rushed. Because, you know, field trips are always usually pretty rushed because there's, like, a sea of kids. There were seriously, like, I don't even know how many. There were like at least 2 or 3 busloads of kids. Multiple classes. So, and everybody has to be in a certain spot at a certain time. So a lot of restraints. And plus 30 kids is like, everybody's not going to be able to see everything. Everybody's not going to hear everything. So yeah. But no, after that, nah. I don't want to spend any money there. Not anymore. And I really should have made a scene, but because it was a field trip and I didn't want to be like banned from going on field trips or anything with my daughter, I was like, you know what? Even though clearly I'm still very, very pissed off about it. But I've calmed down quite a bit since then. It's been like 3 hours since I left. But I'm still extremely pissed about it. I tried to calm down while I was there because I didn't want to ruin the day for Ari and stuff, but yeah. It's just, oh, I try. And what did that guy say? I'm really not as mean as I would like to be. And I really wish people would appreciate that more. I really, truly feel that. Because I swear on everything. So anyway, back to makeup. So, I ended up using nutmeg. Did I? Yeah, I ended up using nutmeg. Because warm caramel was too light. But nutmeg seems pretty decent. Especially in terms of matching to my chest. So anyway, like I said, it's been like a little over 7 hours now. Which is pretty good. I kind of want to test it, like, because I would normally wear it for at least 7 hours. And right about now is when my normal foundation would start breaking down and I would get super oily and stuff. And I'm kind of oily. I'm a little less so than with my normal foundation. But yeah, the same spots, the T-zone, is where I'm oily. Which that used to bother me, but now that I'm older, I'm like, the oil is pretty much what kept the wrinkles away, so I'm cool with it. But it just means I have to blot more than anyone else throughout the day. So this is what it looks like after 7 hours. It doesn't feel weird or gross or anything. I have not blotted today at all. It didn't start to kind of look like this until the last couple of hours. That's when it started to like come through. But, and also, like I said, it doesn't feel weird or anything, so I didn't really like get any indication that I needed to blot, because I didn't know it was shiny, because it doesn't feel like anything on my face. It feels very, very light. So I'm gonna go ahead and blot now. Let's see. I'm gonna use my sponge, because I need to wash my actual blotter that I have that I use for work. I don't really like those paper blotters because, first of all, they're very wasteful, but also I would just use tissue instead of buying special blotting paper. That's just me though. If you like them, you like them. I've never really liked them. They're like tissue paper. And it's back to normal. It looks just like how it looked when I put it on this morning. It really does. Which is really good, because normally, like especially around my mouth and stuff, and around my chin, my foundation would start to really come off and stuff and show, like even after blotting. But this isn't doing that even after 7 hours, which is really good. I'll do a close up in a second. This is my face. So yeah, normally the normal foundation I would use, my everyday foundation I would use, you could really start to see the pores in above my, like under my nose and on my chin, like right around this area, around the 6-7 hour mark, which is super weird because I don't know, even after blotting it would still look like that. And it was just like the makeup breaking down. But with this, it's not doing that, which is really nice. And also with my normal foundation, I don't know if it's because it's full coverage, so it's thicker, but I would start to really feel it as well. Like it would feel like I want to wash my face, I need to take this off. But with this, I don't feel anything. It doesn't feel like anything. It's just, you know, it's very, very lightweight. So I really like it. And I would definitely buy it again, even though I really don't need any more foundation, because I have a ton that I actually need to use or throw away because makeup expires. But I have a lot of foundation. Anyway, I really like the foundation. There isn't really anything negative I can say. Of course it does transfer a bit, but every foundation transfers with my skin because it's oily. So it's gonna transfer. It doesn't transfer as much as my full coverage foundation. That transfers a lot. But with this, I noticed even throughout the day, I noticed like I touched my face here and there, and there wasn't much transfer. Like you couldn't see much of it. And I'm guessing it's because it's medium coverage, so it wasn't like thick. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and try this out if you can. It didn't cost very much. It was like $14, maybe $15, but yeah, it's pretty decent. I really like it. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought I wouldn't like it because it's medium coverage, and light to medium coverage foundation has never really been my thing. But yeah, I really like it, surprisingly. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. And don't let racist people piss you off. Don't let those win. Alright, bye.